let's go into it. So yeah, episode 2 with the new setup. It's nice, isn't it? I like it.
It's very comfy.
It's very, very comfy. It's
very, very comfy.
It's very easy to set up as well, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying that. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a. I said like on Instagram and said in like the last episode and stuff like that, it was going to be a bit of a different format, and obviously it's going to be a different format. This one's just kind of more of like a improv one. Like I'm putting a bit more effort and a bit more emphasis into the sort of little bit longer format one that we're doing, aren't we? Like kind of showing off where we've been and like all these lovely places and all that sort of stuff. So like, yeah, just trying to, like I said, put a little bit more effort into that one. So we just thought we'd put this one out because like, yeah, a bit more current affairs, a bit more like what we're doing, a bit more kind of what's going on in like the country, as in like England. I'm not going to say United Kingdom because we're not united anymore. So, but yeah, it's the 5th of July.
Oh yeah.
It's the 5th of July. So there's been some big news. Big news. Got some camping gear.
So much fun.
So much fun.
So much fun. We've been talking about it for years, but like it's really hard to take action and make decisions, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so hard. And this year I'm in a better frame of mind. I'm in a very get stuff done frame of mind.
Same.
And we just did it, didn't we?
Yeah, same.
We were just like, let's just do it.
And like obviously I want to go out on like little adventures and stuff like that on my own as well. Like obviously I've got a bit more time to kind of do stuff, and obviously I want content for the podcast, so it'd just be nice to kind of like get out there, get in the wilderness, kind of go out on my own a little bit and take the cameras, take the gimbal, take some like battery packs and stuff with us, and just kind of, but like I said, for both of us to get out and do stuff. And like we've got a little place booked, don't we? Which is going to be mint. You've never been to Lake District, which is really nice. It's underprivileged. So
I've led a very It's weird, right? Because when I was a model, and especially when I was a burlesque performer, I performed in Europe and stuff.
She's like Rishi Sunak. She's never had Sky, and she's never been camping.
No, I'm going to correct you on that. We did have Sky.
You did have Sky. Oh my god.
Has Rishi Sunak not been camping?
I don't know.
He doesn't look like the camping kind of guy, does he?
No, glamping maybe.
Definitely glamping.
Yeah,
but I
can't see him.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, but no, that isn't obviously the big news. Like we just mentioned there, obviously Rishi Sunak. We're pretty happy about that. It's pretty buzzing. It's a bit weird, like contentment. Obviously, like Labour's been put into power. Like obviously everyone's voted.
We've had an election.
Yeah, obviously the UK's had an election. It was like, Independence Day for America yesterday. And it's like kind of our Independence Day for the past 14 years, really, isn't it? It's like a bit of oppression, especially in the northeast of England. But hopefully, it's a bit of change, a bit of prosperity.
Before we move on from the politics, because obviously it's an elephant in the room, isn't it?
But that's why we've got mojitos, by the way, because we're celebrating.
So what I was going to say, and what I was discussing to Tom off camera, I was like, the energy's been a bit weird today. Like I thought it would be I thought people would be a lot more cheerier, a lot more excited, but people are just still like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't want to go too political into it, because once again, I'm not a very political person, but at the end of the day, like we've kind of, it's a weird election, isn't it, where we needed the change, but it's not the change that we want.
It's the lesser of
Do you know
two
what I mean?
evils.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it feels like the lesser of two evils. Like we don't know like Labour's intentions because it's not being put out there enough. Like that's been one thing throughout this entire campaign. That's been like, well, what's your policies? What's your policies on kind of both sides? And obviously it's not necessarily being clear on both, so there is just that uncertainty of like, well, we don't know what's going to go on, but at the end of the day, like we can only hope for change and kind of try and push for it as individuals. Like
change takes time as well,
massively. Yeah, like that's one thing is we're not going to get rid of like whatever's happened over the past 14 years of a Conservative government like overnight. It's not going to happen. Like it's going to take years to develop and grow, and to grow society again, and within that, it's going to have to be community-based. It can't just be slowly relying on government, because that doesn't work.
And it's going to take time for people to trust them.
Yeah, massively. And there needs to be the right people as well, though. Like don't just need to be saying the right things. Maybe that's why they haven't been saying anything, because they're kind of like, well, I'm holding this to my chest because whatever I say, you're going to use against me. Do you know what I mean? If I'm not able to deliver, but at the end of the day, if I just do what I can when I'm in power, then maybe it might make a bigger difference than what these guys are doing. Don't know. Really don't know. So yeah, obviously that's what's been going on this week, like in the UK.
And we've had such terrible weather.
Yeah,
Let's be so British about
it's
this.
the 5th of July and it's absolutely horrendous.
How many times have we had the heating on this week? Like twice or something?
Twice this week.
It's July.
It's absolute madness, and God knows what's going on. But I don't know what's been happening to us this week. So that's good because we've had loads of stuff going on, haven't we?
Yeah, can we talk about camping or have we moved on from that? Because I was going to talk about how I'd never experienced go outdoors.
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
So that's one thing is Charlotte's never been to go outdoors. I don't know if you've ever been, and if you haven't, I really suggest going because like it doesn't matter what you like doing, kind of outdoors. It's got everything because it's go outdoors, and we're not sponsored by this, by the way. But if you do want to sponsor us, crack on.
Yeah,
because I do like.
We bought some stuff from you, and we can do some content.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we can talk about camping. Of course we can.
So you know what? I actually said it like I've said this ever since I went to Leeds Festival in 2014 or 2004. 2004.
I was going to say 2014. 2004. That was 10 years ago, but 2000.
Oh no, shut up. In 2004, I was like, I am never going camping again. I hate camping. I'm never ever doing it. But I only had a tent and a sleeping bag. That is it. I had nothing to put the sleeping bag on. And it was Leeds Festival. You're not really going there to camp, are you? It's somewhere to doss in.
Yeah, it's literally just.
So I'm actually quite surprised at myself that I'm so game for it.
It's going to be mint though, because obviously we've kind of done it properly. Like we've done a bit of research. We've looked into like what tents we're getting, like what's appropriate for us to.
Bougie, to be honest.
Yeah,
I want comfort, so that's the thing, really.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day,
that's why I'm happy to go camping again.
Yeah, but we want to get content out of this as well. We want to go places and not be uncomfortable and not want to come home and not like have pure sensory overload with like fucking how special we are. Do you know what I mean? So like, we want to be able to enjoy it as much as we possibly can, and to be able to do that is like you have to have some sort of home comforts. It's not even like home comforts. We've just made it. We're going to make an awesome campsite. Like obviously, I'm a professional chef by trade. Like
we just want to be able to stand up in the tent.
Yeah, and obviously I'm 6'3". Do you know what I mean? I need to be able to like.
Game for crouching all the time.
Yeah, I'm 6'3" and need to be able to fit in a tent.
Tick the box. We've got a tent we can stand up in. Happy days.
Obviously, when we went as well, though, like I've got a smaller tent, don't I? So, like I said, I'm gonna go like some random places. I think just been having a look at like some places lately. I've been kind of thinking about going a little bit OTT as well, haven't I?
What?
So I've been looking at going camping in like Barcelona and like France and Belgium and Germany, places like that, doing like a little mini like road trips or like going like what's it called? Getting the Interrailing, yeah. So getting the Eurostar over and then Interrailing, like, and basically just taking a load of gear and just kind of camping for like 2 nights here, 2 nights there.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified.
Yeah, but do you know what I want to do with it though? To kind of like
terrified for safety.
Do you know what I want to do here to kind of ease your mind on it a little bit? Is so like with it being a vlog thing in this as well. Like obviously, like I said, got so many years of experience within like the hospitality and food industry. Is I want to be like kind of make it where it's like I'm going to like a central location. I'm kind of finding some cool, awesome spots that I want to go try out that I can show off, and then basically just going and finding like an awesome little camp spot somewhere. Do you know what I mean? And like meeting people there and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm going to be in the middle of the woods in the wilderness in Germany.
You know what I want to do?
I've seen dark, babe. I've seen dark. Simple as that.
What a show. You know what I want to do, right? So you know you have all these people with these blood sugar monitors on and stuff.
Yeah. You want like a little air tag on me. We'll get a little air tag on me so you know I'm all right. You know
and this isn't like toxic or anything. This isn't like,
no, this is
like this is like what if you get eaten by a bear? Like, yeah,
there's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? It's a safety. It's I just love you. That's all. I just care.
But yeah. Yeah, that's kind of one of the ideas of the plans is to do something. Obviously, I've got a little bit more time, a little bit more freedom. Just need to kind of save up some money to do it. Obviously, once again, get on sponsors because that'd be really nice if people want to sponsor me to go to mad little places and do awesome shit and make YouTube videos because that'd be fucking mint. Obviously, if you want to come with me, that'd be awesome because then we can get loads of content and you might feel a little bit safer doing that. Do you know what I mean? If we're both doing it.
Yeah, I'd feel so safe because I'd be there to protect you.
Yeah, you'd be there to protect me. Yeah, of course. But yeah, we went to go outdoors. That was an absolute bewildering place for you.
We had to go twice, didn't we? Because we got too overwhelmed the first.
The first day we went, I think, was like Sunday or something, though, and it was absolutely rammed, and I totally didn't expect it to be that busy. And then we went midweek, and it was absolutely dead. But yeah, so I was going to talk about camping at the end. I was going to talk about like things that we've got going on over the next couple of weeks and sort of going on throughout July.
Stay tuned.
So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I wanted to drop that one in.
Gotcha.
Damn it. Put in the comments if you know what we're referring to.
We'll be right back.
Put it in the comments.
What else have we been up to? Obviously, I've got loads of stuff to talk about, don't I?
Well, I've just been working. I've just been working and training.
You've just been on the grind, just changing people's lives, haven't you?
And doing my own content, which is very informative and helpful.
Yeah, so we're going to do a little shout out to you. We're going to do it on each episode as well, and I'm going to do it at the end of the pod. And we're basically just, if you want to kind of like chat about anything that you've been going on with like programs, anything like that throughout the week, and we're going to put that in and kind of give a little shout out and give you little sponsors up there and stuff like that.
That's class. It also gives me motivation to actually like do something.
Because this is going to be
boring.
There's going to be weekly content that you're going to have to put out. You're going to be like, you're going to have to keep current with it.
My Instagram's blown up since I stopped being boring.
Oh, there you go.
Since I started doing stuff.
There you go then. And hopefully this will help as well, though, you know what I mean? Like, because we're talking about lifestyle here, we're talking about like green space, we're talking about doing things for your mental health, we're talking about going to cool, awesome places and supporting people in places as well.
Your soul.
Yeah, nourishing your soul, do you know what I mean? It's not all about like the fitness journey side of things, but within it can come fitness, do you know what I mean?
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've got some exciting news.
What is
I've been wanting to talk about. I don't know if you can tell or not, because I've been like trying to jump in on every conversation.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Yeah, been working on something. Been trying to sort of develop this for over like the past few years. I'm trying to kind of put a bit of concentration into it when I first started at the coffee shop, and didn't have much time to, and didn't kind of know where to start with it. And then obviously over the past couple of years with like managing a coffee shop, like building up a website for the coffee shop as well, setting up like e-commerce and everything else, like speaking to friends that do it and all that sort of stuff as well. Obviously I've spoke about like Rick Baker and Reap, do you know what I mean? And kind of like admiring what he does and kind of taking a bit of like inspiration from what he does over the past couple of years and like getting a bit of guidance off him. And finally got a fully working website that I can sell merchandise for this podcast, for my artwork, for other things. But the main part of it is to basically build a network, isn't it? Like to build a network of videographers, photographers, graphic designers, digital artists, illustrators, podcasters, podcast studios, just anyone sort of in that digital space. And that's a digital creator that's kind of like starting out, kind of wants a platform to meet people, like a landing page for them to interact with other artists, other digital creators, to interact with studios and stuff to potentially get work for them. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and then within that, like I said, having this e-commerce store, so like anybody that's kind of got prints or got merchandise or got stock footage that they want to sell, like they can sell from there. And the whole aim of it essentially is to, like I said, create this sort of like crew and this sort of network of people. Like obviously it's going to start off in the northeast of England at the moment because that's where I'm based, but building it up where like you want to go buy someone's merch, you can pop on there and then you might see another cool artist or another cool creator's work that's on there and you go, oh cool, well I want that t-shirt as well. And then you see something else and you go, cool, well I want that hat as well, or that hoodie, or I want that print, or I want whatever else. And instead of you having to go to like 10 different sites to find these things, it's all on one. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it'll cut down on delivery cost of things for the artists themselves. Because like the biggest point of the whole website is it's really hard to get started if like you don't know where to start and if you don't have connections.
Yeah, it's that age-old saying, isn't it? It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly. It is literally so evident. And like obviously you've got to know what you're doing in terms of skills and capability and like in your craft and in your trade. But nobody can do it alone. That's the unfortunate thing. Like, I found this out a very, very hard way, like a very, very hard way, because I've come from this kind of upbringing where I'm kind of like, you do everything yourself and you've had to until you can't. Do you know what I mean? Until you go, actually, I need to take a step back here and kind of evaluate things and go, right, well, I can do something to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, like, you always need a network of people around you. You always need people that want to like inspire you and want to kind of push you, and you want to push them.
It's a human thing. We've always been part of communities because that's how you survive.
Yeah, and we look for our own as well. Do you know
I was
what I
going to
mean?
say, you're building your own tribe.
Yeah, just trying to build like a crew of people. Do you know what I mean? That, like I said, especially in the Northeast at the moment, because the one thing for me is, obviously, I'm very big into like listening to and watching podcasts. Like, it's pretty much the only thing I do at the moment, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's just YouTube Premium's my life. It's, I have it on constantly. I just have a relay of people's podcasts on a 24/7 basis, pretty much. And in the Northeast alone, I watch all these things, and there's obviously places in London, places in Manchester, places in Liverpool, where they're kind of all building these like little communities of like podcasters and like all these digital artists coming together to kind of like help them with like poster designs, or they have like videographers that are going and helping, like, say, if they're a stand-up comedian, not just producing the podcast, but going and producing other people's podcasts, or doing filming a special for them, or doing headshots for them, or whatever it is. But in the Northeast, it's not, or especially not in Teesside. Obviously, Newcastle's kind of building that up a little bit, but everyone's kind of holding it to the chest a little bit. Like, we mentioned this in the last podcast about gatekeeping. And that's kind of the point of the website, is to not gatekeep. It's to kind of like, right, you might not be able to do a job, or someone's looking for a certain set of skills, like I'm looking for a certain set of skills.
I knew that was coming.
But they can go to the website and they can find people, and maybe someone's too busy, and then they can refer to, oh, well, actually, we spoke to this person instead. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like, oh, no, I can't do it. And then that person's back to square one, or that business is back to square one of trying to find that person that can help them kind of push that vision of what they want to do.
Like a talent agent?
Yeah, kind of.
But without being like taking money off people.
Yeah, I don't like the one thing with it is
a free talent agent.
Like, the thing for me is it's a free platform. Like, it's not, there's no subscription services, there's nothing to it. Obviously, there will be certain things when it comes to like the distribution side of it, but obviously that's going to be covered by the cost of postal costs and things like that. There will be certain things where, like, obviously you might have to send me some prints or whatever so I can distribute them, so it might cost you a couple of quid here and there. Do you know what I mean? But it's better than having to pay for a website, pay for domain names, pay for packaging constantly. Once again, each person that has to order something then has to pay for each postal service. Do you know what I mean? If they were buying it from multiple people. So it's just trying to create this like distribution service for upcoming emerging artists that like really want to kind of push themselves, and maybe like they've got like a full-time job and they're doing this part-time, but they want to make a bit of money on the side that, you know, might eventually make it into being like their future, like kind of what I'm trying to do now. So yeah, the website is prdxdigital.co.uk. It's basically Paradox. The whole point of it is because I'm a little bit of a paradox.
He is. I'm not going to deny it.
I'm a bit of an enigma at times. So yeah, it's just about, like I said, trying to find those people that kind of want to push each other, and, you know, might find it a little bit difficult to kind of get into the space of doing it, like finding people and getting into it. So yeah, that's, my merch is going to be on there. Obviously, if you make merch, you happily pop it on there. That's the other thing from it as well, is obviously I want to push my artwork, and for me to be able to do that is I need to be able for it to reach as many people as possible. Obviously, I want to go to different businesses and coffee shops and eateries, and I want to meet people and maybe be able to offer my services, and like, oh, do you just want merch making, whatever else. But my skills aren't always going to like cover what someone wants,
and your style might not fit what they
That's
want.
What I mean, like my skills, my style. So
you can discover it through Paradox.
Yeah, exactly. They can discover through Paradox. So I'm going to stick a link on here. If people can kind of go have a look, check it out, see if you want to be involved. There's links on there to contact me. Give me a message. Hopefully we can link up. If you're in the Northeast, we'll go and meet somewhere, have a nice coffee. Do you know what I mean? Chat about things, like show me kind of your portfolio and kind of what you want to do. Like we can chat about like merchandise options and stuff like that. If it's something that you've not already looked into, it's the stuff that I've done a lot of research into myself. So yeah, hopefully this is the start of something absolutely amazing in the Northeast, and it can be like this collective of people that want to get on podcast production. Like obviously, once again, I know musicians and stuff as well, and I know people that do like music tech and can like do like audio production
Did you
and
have
stuff like that for
tattooists on
people.
there?
Yeah,
Who's selling
tattoo
their
art.
flash?
Yes, anyone that wants
Or
to sell
whatever.
the flash, like people that are like apprentices that are maybe starting out, that like you don't get a lot of money when you're starting out with that stuff, and most of your money goes back into investing. It's the same with every business, every small business, and especially in the arts. Like most of your money goes back into what you're doing.
Yeah,
to
you usually what do you call it, starving artist.
You're a starving artist, yeah, exactly. So I hope I haven't ranted on too much about that, and I hope I kind of get the point across and I didn't lose my way too much in the middle of it.
The power of editing.
Yeah, the power of editing. Snap. But yeah, get on it. There's going to be links on here. There's going to be more stuff. Obviously, I've got Instagram set up like that. I'll be sticking stuff on it about this. Obviously, I stick most of my reels and everything that I make from there, and I share between the two of them. So if you follow me on Instagram on here, they'll be on there. They'll be on the YouTube link. So please get on it and tell anybody you know, and because I'm really excited about it.
Do it. It doesn't cost you anything
No,
to share stuff.
no, it literally doesn't. So hopefully
you'll go to heaven if you believe in that.
Yeah, but I'm really excited though because I've got some cool people like that want to be involved, and I think that's the biggest thing for me is it's just creating like these cool people that want to be involved.
What I like from it is just how like passionate you are. I just realised I'm saying like. Are people going to count how many likes I say?
Maybe.
On the last episode, it was how many likes Tom said, but it's just giving like, oh my god, I'm doing it again. I'm gonna start again. Don't edit it because this is comedy gold.
All right.
Like you need a purpose in life.
Yeah.
To feel fulfilled and to give you direction, and I just feel like what you're doing at the moment, like you've got such a purpose, and it's not selfish because you're not just doing it for you. You're trying to lift others up as well.
Obviously, there's going to be a byproduct of that for me. Do you know what I mean? Like there is a side purpose in the terms of like I want to make money. I want to be able to make my art a success. But at the end of the day, like I said, the only way I can do that is by having people around you that can help you doing it, and that's the whole. And I can help them. Do you know what I mean? And like I've got a lot of experience. Like the whole point about Talk About Town is I know fucking so many people. Like it is ridiculous. Like how many people I know and I feel like I just get along with and I've got a good rapport with, and because I've never done anything wrong to anybody, I've never pissed anybody off. Do you know what I mean? So
I've got something. So you know how you said you had a lot of like circle of friends and you just kind of floated about. You were never like, nobody ever fell out with you. You never caused anybody. You're like the Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, exactly. I just get all my stuff. I float about. I meet people.
You love dogs.
We try and do good stuff. I love dogs. Do you know what I mean?
Murder somebody if they hurt our dog.
And I look like him. Yeah, exactly. I turn John Wick if anybody touched my dog. Like simple as and I have done before. But we're not going to get into that.
Yes, like.
So yeah, obviously that's why one reason why I wanted to put this episode out was I was just really excited about that. It's something I've been working on. I've been chatting to I'm going to name out a few people that I've actually been chatting to that are really game for being on board. So like I've been chatting to like to call Greg Westwood, which is basically Harry and George Hardwick, who I had on, is their cousin. But he's like a professional videographer and he's absolutely sick at what he does. He's worked with some big names, like as in clothing brands and stuff like that. Like he does a lot of corporate work, but at the end of the day, like he's a super talented lad that's got a really creative style that like can add so much to other people's businesses and like give value to what they do. Do you know what I mean? Just because of his vision. And like, so like I went and chatted to him, went for a nice coffee in Noosa and Yarm the other day. It was nice just kind of getting on the high street. It was actually warm for once, which was nice. Like sat and had a coffee, we chatted about it, and like he's game. He wants to be involved, so I'm buzzing about that. There's Tom Woodward, who is basically Reap's like in-house photographer. But once again, he's got other stuff that he kind of wants to do in terms of not just the jiu-jitsu side. Like, he's a very spiritual person. He likes kind of like the meditation side of things, and like not it all just being like high impact shots and everything. Like, he likes, take his time and be able to do things. So we want to be able to kind of give him that opportunity to do that as well. Been chatting to Daps, who I've mentioned a few times in this. He's got a studio in Newcastle. Obviously, he's quite busy at the moment. He's got a lot on his plate when it comes to the whole like production side of it. But he knows a lot of people in Newcastle, and that's kind of the whole point of it, is just having this network of people. So you might not always be able to like get in touch with these people, or they might not always be available because they have other obligations. But they can hopefully put you on with somebody else. Do you know what I mean? That's the whole thing of it, is just this networking, this like bringing people together in the Northeast, and hopefully it can just get bigger and bigger as it goes along. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking about website, but I'm going to talk about merch, because I'm going to stick some merch out at some point over the next week or two. I'm just trying to get a decent printing for it. Picked a winner. I put a little post out last week, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put a little post out last week.
What was it about? Why were you picking a winner?
Because I was putting out which t-shirt I wanted them to pick from.
A competition.
So yeah, it was like pick from which t-shirt. Picked a winner, but I just need to get something printed. So I'm going to do a limited run. Everything I'm going to do is limited run.
Collect that.
Yeah.
Collect that shit.
Because I want to be current with like my drawing and my creativity as well. So like, it's just going to spur me on to make more designs and do stuff. And hopefully the people that I've got coming on the website might want to make some cool shit. Do you know what I mean, for me? And hopefully we can get some of them printed and make them some money as well, because that'd be really nice. Because that's kind of the whole point of it. Yeah, so they're going to be out in the next thing. They're going to be on the website, like I said, prdxdigital.co.uk. Get on it. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been a mad week. Like, for me, man's been non-stop. I told you, like, so we had a conversation off camera, and like, obviously I've had a few weeks off, haven't I? I've just kind of like building this thing up, kind of bringing stuff together, stuff with the podcast, stuff with the website, networking, chatting to people, trying to bring it all together. And then this week, everything's just kind of like condensed down into one for me. So it's just been like going about here and there, everywhere, chatting
yeah, I've
to
been
everyone.
talking about town this week. Like.
I literally have, but I haven't been able to like record any of it because it's all been conversations.
Yeah,
it's
been
like
proper business.
It's
all
all
been
been
behind the scenes.
It's
stuff.
all been business, which is why I wanted to put this episode out, which was to kind of like maybe articulate kind of what's been going on a little bit, and kind of work through it, and kind of let people know kind of what's going on.
And we've been going on a few side quests as well.
Yeah, loads of little side quests and stuff like that.
We need to get back to the main quest.
Like, I went on a side quest the other day, didn't I? So I went to Roker.
Oh God, yeah, you did,
like I needed to pop through to Sunderland. I needed to get a gimbal from Sunderland for this camera. So I popped up there, and I've got a friend that's just moved up there. Like, he's from down Liverpool way. Him and his missus just moved up, and in the northeast now, and I'm basically messaging her about doing stuff as well, because like they've got a badass podcast anyway. It's called the Mild High Club, and it's Amy and Dean. I've mentioned them before in this podcast. Moved up here, but obviously he's a professional comedian, so he's trying to like hit the scene up here, isn't he? He's trying to get in with everybody, and like he's at the stand, and he's doing constant gigs and all that sort of stuff. But he's also really good at like setting up things, and like he's worked with other people setting up his own podcast, his own events, and he does a lot of live talent shows and
I love watching that talent show.
I know, yeah, I can't wait till he brings them back. I don't think this is what he's gonna do at the start, but
we were gonna go.
I know,
but it got cancelled.
But he's in the northeast, and he's in Sunderland, so he kind of wants to do something in Sunderland. Obviously, it's a big student sort of town, like.
It's up and coming, isn't it?
Yeah, it's up and coming. It's definitely a lot more developed than like most of the places in the northeast are at the moment, or developing over the past few years, more so than everywhere else. And he's wanting to set some stuff up, so like I'm basically trying to connect him up with stuff. So hopefully he's going to have things happening. I'm not going to speak too much about it because it's not for me to get into. But hopefully we have more to talk about with that. So just. Yeah, I'll chat more about it as it goes along. I'll obviously promote him as much as possible because he's a really good lad, like super sound lad. I want to see it happen because I only live 20 minutes away from Sunderland, which would be nice. So I don't have to drive all the way to like Newcastle or to like Liverpool, Manchester, etc. to go see decent comedy. Yeah, buzzing, absolutely buzzing. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully helping promote some events and stuff like that as well, because that's kind of a little bit my background, isn't it? Like the whole event side. And like I said, I know a lot of people. So yeah, I'm going to go pop up to Pop Rex next week and go have a little chat. And because they've got a mint venue, I don't know if you've been, but like we've been before, haven't we? Obviously, Sonny's is the like coffee shop during the daytime, and then it's Pop Rex, which is the building and like the venue hire on a night, and they do so many cool things in there.
Oh yeah, definitely check it out.
It's badass. I'm going to pop up. I'm going to see if we can have like a little pop in, grab some scran, get like a little vlog of it, and like pop it on here in the like the next couple of weeks anyway. But got so much going on in the next 3 weeks. Like so much going on in the next 3 weeks.
You haven't overcommitted, have you?
No, but it's going to be fun. A lot of it's going to be fun.
I overcommit when I'm in a good mood.
Yeah. No, because most of it's kind of like fun stuff around my birthday.
Oh yeah.
So
chapter 20. Oh, why was I going to say chapter 26?
Yeah, I'll take chapter 26. I got told I looked like I was 29 yesterday, so I'm happy with that.
Chapter 36. Chapter 26.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Imagine, are you a proper cougar?
I know, wouldn't you just?
Yeah, proper cougar.
So yeah, the next 3 weeks are pretty mad. Like I've got an intense couple of weeks, mate. I'm excited, like really excited.
Enjoy. I'm sure I'll be joining in some of it.
Yeah, you're going to be popping in like bits of it. So next week's episode that we're putting out is basically a recap of when you went to Nice, and a week ago when we went to Saltwell Park and I went to Prism, and we
Sounds like you're saying prison.
I know. You said this last time. But we went to Prism Coffee, and you get this Prism.
You'll have to put it up in big letters. Prism.
So we went to Prism Coffee in Gateshead in Saltwell Park. Obviously, I bigged it up in the last episode anyway. I've put a little like reel out on Instagram already. I just got really excited. To be honest with you. So
looks really good.
It's nice. It's cool. Just kind of give you a visual representation of what they do, and then obviously I'll have a bit more long format in here, kind of showing you around the park, showing you. But we spent a lot of time there, didn't we? We mentioned in the last episode we spent 8 years like living down the road from like these two, like on 2 different streets, just from the park, and it's a lovely little special place. It's a class place to go for families and stuff. Like, so next week we're going to chat about that. We're going to explain more. There's going to be like a little bit more like actually talking about places that we've been and stuff, and you're going to get like a nice visual representation of what we've been doing.
Yeah, me and my friends were all influencers in the wild when we were
influencing
away,
the
so
wild
we've got
in these.
lots of pictures and videos to show you.
So yeah, we're going to I'm going to kind of tie this up a little bit because I didn't realise we've been kind of going on for about 40 minutes or something.
Did you not want to go back to camping, or you done it there?
No, we're going to go back to camping. I'm going to tie it off. This is what we're getting to. So basically, next week I've got a mad one. So if you haven't already and you're into jiu-jitsu, George and Harry are doing an invitational for Reap at Stealth in Stockton. So get yourself there. It's an open mat. It's for anybody with all experiences. Like, you don't have to be like absolute versed in jiu-jitsu and be absolute badass. Like, it's just for people that want to go learn from 2 absolute world-class fighters about like techniques, about drilling, about rolling. I think it costs £10 to get in. But I'm doing a little stall there. So me, Harry and George, I've done some artwork for them. I'm going to pop it up on here so you can see it. I've got a limited run of 50 white, 50 yellow. They're all getting signed. And then I'm going to have like 5 or 6 gold foiled limited edition prints. Like I said, they're going to be signed by both of them. We're still sorting out price and stuff like that anyway. Whatever's don't get sold there, I'll be sticking on my website. So I'll pop on there. Like I said, they're going to be limited edition. I'm only doing this 100. Like, I'm not doing any more after that. Like, I'll do something different for them, hopefully down the line. And we'll do something else again, like on another invitational. Like, they're going to be big, do you know what I mean? They're going to be in the UFC in the next year. I can see it. So it's as simple as that. So get them while you can, because they might be worth something down the line. You never know. The day after, I didn't realize it was the day after this. So on the random, yes, was it 2 days ago? What did I do? I was talking to you about like extra work, wasn't I?
Oh God, yeah. How about that? I was like, what? I was like,
What is he?
I was
going on
like
about?
trying to pretend I knew
Oh,
what he was talking
yeah,
about. I was like,
yeah, sure. I know what you're talking about, buddy. No, I was talking you. You mentioned to me about extra work and stuff, and you've done it in the past, haven't you?
I just thought, it's something he's never done before, and you're looking to do just new stuff, new experiences. So I was like, we should give extra work a go. But then I got a bit worried because you've got to wait around a lot when you do extra work.
Yeah, no,
he doesn't like waiting.
I said last episode, I ain't got no patience. But randomly, it was like 2 days after that, wasn't it? Like I just seen someone that I kind of know from Newcastle had been like looking for extras on these dates. Don't have to have experience, but does have to like go and like. I used to like making visual effects things. Like used to watch like absolute like shit ton of videos, didn't we? Of like what was that program called where they make
Face
like
Off. No, was it called Face Off?
We used to watch Face Off, which is like making prosthetic masks and costumes and all this sort of stuff. And then obviously we watch mad shit on YouTube about like how Werewolf in London was made, about like all the old school visual effects stuff. Like I'm covered in fucking tattoos to do with H.I. Geiger. Like I love my dark horror weird shit, do you know what I mean? So anyway, I got a message back straight away, just being like, yeah, cool, sound. So I'm going to be an extra in a horror movie next week for like 3 days. How mad's that?
That is mad. Better take pictures.
I'm going to try and get some pictures and some videos. Obviously, kind of the one thing for me with it is, like you said, I'm trying to get out and about more and doing like mad things and like stuff for content. So like I thought maybe this can be some good content.
I think it'll be fun.
Gone filming a horror film in Newcastle for like 3 days.
I used to have loads of fun doing extra work.
But hopefully I get to meet people and like I can stick in like little 2-minute, like 3-minute interviews with people, like, oh, what you do, how'd you get into extra work, how, maybe I'll get to speak to some visual effects artists.
Some people, like Ricky Gervais wasn't lying. Some people are an extra as age. That is their career, like not career, but their vocation.
Like their
that's how they earn their
livelihood.
living, and they're happy.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing that next week, and that's the 14th, 15th, and 16th. Like, I'm not going to say much more on it. Hopefully, the week after, like, obviously, I'll speak to the person who's organising it and be like, look, what do you mind me kind of like putting out in terms of like content wise? Like, I won't obviously put anything filming wise. Yeah, obviously, I'll try and speak to the producer. Probably won't get a chance to at all. Like, I'm a fucking extra.
You definitely.
I'm a cocky motherfucker, and I chance.
You definitely deal with like because the producer has then producing assistant people.
Yeah. So either way, I'm going to mingle. I'm going to try and get in with people and chat to people and kind of get to know what they do and stuff like that, and hopefully put in this podcast. And once again, it's just Tom About Town, but I'm just going to go be an extra in a film. So
I love it, me. I love this energy.
Totally wild.
You've spent too long being a misery guts.
I know, yeah, totally wild. So yeah, as you can see, I'm chuffing about that. The week after that, we're going to see Paul Smith.
Woo! And we're not sat together.
I know, we're not sat together.
We wanted to go see him that bad.
We want to go see him that bad, and he sold out that quickly that we had to buy 2 separate seats on either end of either aisle. So, like, once again, I'm going to have to be a chancer, and I'm just going to have to go there and be like, excuse me, mate, can every single one on the aisle move down, please, so we can sit on this end? Because that's going to happen, because I'm going to do it. Simple as.
I'm easy, me. I'll sit on the end on my own.
But that's 2 days after my birthday. So, like I said, we've got Invitational, Reap, come buy some prints. I'm going to be an extra the day after that for 3 days. The week after that, once I'm back from that, is my birthday. 2 days after that, we go to see Paul Smith. And then 2 days after that, the last thing of the month is we go camping.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Is there signal?
Yeah.
Will we have signal? Will we have Wi-Fi?
I don't know about Wi-Fi.
5G?
We'll have 5G.
Do you think? Well, I don't think we'll have 5G.
I don't care if we do or don't, to be honest with you. I'm going to be out in the middle of the woods. I'm not going to be
I was just curious, that's all.
But anyway, yeah. She thinks it's glamping. It's not. We're going to be in Windermere, so if people do know if you get signal or not, let us know. Because I haven't been since I was in school. Like, I used to go quite a lot with school itself and do a lot of outdoor activity stuff. And I absolutely love that type of shit. So we're going to take the dog with us.
It's her first holiday with us.
It's her first holiday with us, so she's not here now because she's been
a weirdo.
Yeah, she's not even been a bad dog, she's just being weird.
She's just been a weirdo. So, she's been very chaotic.
I can see her footsteps under the...
I know, I've been seeing them the whole time. I can see her going forwards and backwards.
So yeah, we're going camping. We've got loads of cool stuff. We've got a tent that we blatantly way bigger than we need, but it's gonna be mint. Like we're gonna take, like I said, take loads of power banks. We're gonna film loads of cool stuff. We're gonna go on loads of cool walks. We're right next to the lake. We can have campfires and stuff as well where we're allocated. So it's just going to be really nice just to get outdoors, and especially over my birthday, like that weekend. I feel like it's just going to be
I'm so
glorious.
excited to like watch the sunset in my little camping chair
With
the lake with a little cup of tea.
Yeah, it's gonna be glorious. It's going to be absolutely glorious.
I'm really excited because my birthday's in December and I hate it.
So she steals mine.
December is so miserable. So when it's Tom's birthday, I just go all out.
Then my birthday is like almost halfway, bang on halfway.
How good are your birthdays?
So she's always like, I'm going to make yours badass, but it's because I want to have a badass birthday.
50-50.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
50-50.
Well, to be fair, I did the exact same thing last year, didn't I? I booked as a...
Yeah, you had a nice day.
It's an absolutely...
You had a welcome time.
Where did we go? What was the hall called?
Oh, I can't remember, but it was somewhere near...
It was just outside Darlington, wasn't it? It was just outside Darlington. There was this absolute massive manor, like unbelievable.
And it was like... There was snow, but it laid.
Yeah, it was like... It was literally like a good sort of 4 or 5 inches full of snow.
It looked like
deep
that
of snow. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. We were going for little walks in the snow, then we're going back in and going in the sauna.
Tradition.
So I did it in return, but at the end of the day, I get to go to a sauna.
So what are you doing in December then? Have you planned it yet?
I don't know. People buy merch and someone sponsor me because like she's got spenny taste.
Bougie.
But yeah, is there anything you want to shout out? I'm going to tie this off. So you're my sponsor for this week, Charlotte Ashley Fitness. Get on it. What are you doing?
I'm scared. I've got all shy. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to shout out because it's free.
I'm going to drink one with you.
Follow me on Instagram. It's, oh my God, what's my Instagram? Is it Charlotte_?
I thought it was just Charlotte Ashley Fitness.
No, I've got an underscore in there.
Well,
okay.
Well, either way, I'll put the link up on here so you can see.
Charlotte_. Ashley Fitness. If you are neurodivergent. I've been up since 5.
She's broken now.
I've been up since 5. So if you've got ADHD, autism, you were late diagnosed, or you suspect you've got it later on in life, I post really helpful things to just help you understand yourself a bit more. It is a fitness account because fitness is a big part of being healthy, eating well, exercising regularly, and having self-compassion so you can work with your mental health. Oh my God, my brain's broken.
Okay, so she's not working at the moment, so I'm going to do a little plug for her.
Thank you.
So, like I said, she's broken. She can stay there. Yeah,
Way to sell my business.
She deals with people with, well, you are though, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, she's a little bit burnt out. She's been doing a lot over the past couple of weeks in regards to putting a lot of stuff in place. Obviously, she's helping me out quite a lot at the moment as well. So there's been a lot of extra mental capacity because
stealing my brain power.
I'm in the house a lot more. So, you know.
Plug me.
But the whole point of it is she tends to deal and specialise with people with neurodivergent problems, ADHD, autism, like she said, anything that's kind of like, you don't have to be like young and like running around and hyperactive, do you know what I mean? This is just things where like you struggle with certain things to do with like...
it's more your mental health.
Your mental health, and I was going to say like maybe like overwhelming in the gym and like sensory overload of things, and you basically help manage those things in terms of what you can do, maybe not at the gym, you can do at home instead.
I take the guesswork out of it for you, and I help you see, I basically help you have a plan, because what you'll see quite a lot is it's all about, oh, you've got to be consistent. When you're neurodivergent, like you don't know what your energy levels are going to be like you can just, my brain's not working.
We work when we work, basically. No. You said something the other day, so we work when we work. Like, this is something that kind of works well for me, especially at the moment. So sometimes you might not always be at your fullest capacity, do you know what I mean? You might not always have like a window of tolerance that's massively open. You might not have the energy or the brain capacity to be able to put the effort into the stuff that you need. But it's not about being consistent in terms of right, I need to do this every day and putting that pressure on yourself. It's about being persistent as a person and not punishing yourself for not doing things. It's about going, right, but what can I do today to make that better?
So
do you know what I mean?
It's about allowing you to have self-compassion, because if you've gone through all of like your teenage years, young adulthood, thinking there's something wrong with you because you've got undiagnosed ADHD, undiagnosed autism, then you're going to beat yourself up a lot and you're not going to have any self-compassion. So every time you try and do something, say, right, I want to get fit and healthy, I want to maintain my weight, I want to feel better about myself. Right, week 1, you exercise 3 times, you feel mint. Week 2, get 3 exercises in again, you've ate healthy for all those 2 weeks. Then you get your period if you're a woman, and everything gets completely derailed, and then you just think, oh, I'm a failure, and you just give up. So I just help you work with you.
Yeah, exactly, work with like any sort of ailments that you think you might have, when it's not necessarily about that. Do you know what I mean? It's about working with that.
Just about accepting yourself, and just so you realize that you're not struggling because you're X, Y, and Z. You are struggling because of your symptoms, and it frees you. It just frees you from that really negative mindset that keeps you in that persistent spiral of depression and anxiety and low self-esteem and low confidence. I can articulate myself better normally.
I was going to say, basically, to tie this off, if you want any more information, if you do kind of want to get a better representation of what she does, like, I've took up a bit of a brain power today, because like I've threw this episode in, do you know what I mean, just on the random, because we wanted to have something a little bit more current and a little bit more like now. And like I said, I've been talking a lot. Simple as.
I started
she's got a lot
work
of information
at 6.
to take, and she started work at 6. She's been up since 5. But get on her Instagram, Charlotte_Ashley Fitness. I'm going to stick a link on here. She's got so much information on there, and it's not overwhelming. Like, you'll be able to find the points that you need that work for you. Do you know what I mean?
I'm quite funny with it.
She's quite funny with it. She does silly things. She doesn't take herself too seriously, but she takes what she does seriously. Do you know what I mean? So get yourself over to her website. Hopefully, in time, you might have a little podcast that can explain more when you're feeling a little bit more articulate.
Yeah, I'm going to get him to make me a website as well.
Yeah, I'm going to make her a website. And like I said, just anything that you've seen on this episode today, like, if you can go kind of like help support me, help support Charlotte, like just pushing the numbers.
Give us loads of likes.
Give us loads of likes, give us comments, like let us know about like the episodes, like kind of what you liked, what you didn't like. I probably won't listen to it, so it doesn't matter, because I'll just do what I want, because that's kind of the whole point of the podcast. So
I want to see the comments.
She'll read the comments though.
I want to see them.
And yeah, I think that's the end of the pod. Like I said, next week we'll have like something a little bit more in terms of like visually aesthetic. Loads of cool places that we've been to. The week after, once again, I'll have something about being at Reap and and hopefully the horror shoot that I'm doing.
Oh, the movie.
The week after that, we'll have camping and going and seeing Paul Smith. Like, there's just so many little things. And then I've been speaking to so many people in between this as well. So there's going to be little trips to seeing people. Like, I'm going to see one of my friends that teaches at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu in Leeds. He's basically running seminars and stuff at the moment. So like, I want to go catch up with him. I'm going to pop down on a Sunday. I think maybe the one just before my birthday. So there's something else I'm going to throw in there as well. So hopefully, like you said, there's just going to be this constant rolling out. I said on one of my posts, like, this is coming out every Sunday now. It just gives me a little bit more time to kind of like go somewhere, film it, spend a couple of days editing it down. A day for us to sit and like think about what we want to talk about, kind of formulate what we're doing. Then we sit down, we record. Then it gives me a week to kind of edit what we're doing here, and then once again start the process over again. Do you know what I mean? So I'm always going to have these in the bank, and they're just going to kind of be going out. So if there's any suggestions of places to go, especially in the northeast, like, give us some suggestions. Like, I'm talking eateries, like I'm talking just cool little spots to go sit with a dog,
walks, like, maybe some cool architecture.
Yeah, just we love anything like that. So get on it, give us some comments, give us some love. Get subscribing if you're on YouTube. Follow us if you're on Spotify and Apple. Like, just help us. Just push the love. Let's get this going.
I hope you were entertained.
Yeah. So yeah,
This is the real me.
I know it's a real one. So
Unmasked.
thank you very much, guys, and looking forward to the next pod.
Much love. Bye.
Peace. Bye.